I've said it.
I can't say that. I can't look at it. I know it's sad. I just,
Yes.
I'm the sky's always sunny for me.
Yes.
I try to make it.
Yes, that's a good way to look at it.
Exactly it. Guess what, everybody? Speaking of the sky is always sunny, it is game week. Yeah, finally. Mizzou plays Bama on Saturday. Is everybody excited?
No.
SEC football's back.
No. I can guarantee you the guys in my work will be happy, but not me.
Who's Georgia play this week?
I don't know.
Dude, they got some sweet uniforms, though. Wait till you see their uniforms for this week. They are unreal. They got like throwbacks to 1980 when they won the national championship.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's like I got my gear on. Riley's going to be on the scoreboard at Como. I can't get a ticket, but she's going to be there. It's
There you go.
Jealous.
That's too funny.
We'll both have on our jerseys on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday night too, ESPN. Watch. We're gonna
Oh.
feature game. You know why? It's not because it's us. It's because it's Bama.
Yeah, pretty much. It's because it's Bama. Yeah.
It's going to be a whooping.
Yeah.
You
By
know,
Bama.
Yeah, we're probably not going to do the whooping, but
No, not at all.
just glad to have football. I'll take a 70-0 loss at this point. I don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I'm just like a cry, like, please let us play football.
Yes.
I keep telling, Georgia put choke collars on their jerseys. You know how those crazy people in the front row, like the dudes that dress up with the spikes,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just jealous. I keep telling Riley, I'm like, Nick Saban is going to see your picture on the scoreboard on Saturday. Nick Saban, he'll be shining his like 6 rings in your face, Riley.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to care so much about Riley. Just saying.
I'm looking down here. So Dan says you need to do a disc golf show. And here's an odd thing. So our park, one of our parks in our area, put in a disc golf course, and it's like a nationally ranked disc golf course.
Awesome.
But I'm always like,
what?
Okay. Like, she was like, do you want to go play? And I'm like, well, we'd have to go to Field and Stream first and buy the discs because like regular golf, there are different weights or.
No, I have them. You have like putters and drivers and all kinds of
stuff. Seriously? So you do have them?
Like different, I played tons of disc golf like right out of college because it's free. You can just like buy some discs and you don't have to pay any money.
Yeah, it's free at our park and it's up on the hill and it comes down. The course is sort of impressive. I mean, it's right there. Sometimes it seems a little close to the road, so I'm kind of like.
It's actually a ton of fun because it's like a walk through the park, but it gives you something to do, and especially this time of year, it's great.
Well, get in the car, bring your disc golf.
I haven't played it in years though, but yeah, it's fun. Like you
set up a tournament, brackets.
Yeah, I mean, there's big tournaments. I mean, it's a big deal. But yeah, I used to play all the time.
Speaking of tournaments, our pickleball court, by the way.
Dude.
Okay, so we have all these pickleball courts that were put in a few years ago. They have completely like doubled the number of pickleball courts. I swear we have like 20 pickleball.
I just say I hadn't heard of pickleball until a couple years ago, and now like I hear about it all the time. Yes,
pickleball is like huge right now. Yeah, yes. I had played it. This was probably so I've not been teaching for 3 years. This is when I was teaching at Wedgwood, and so I taught at Probe for 7 years. So this is at least 10 years ago. My buddy was an elementary PE teacher in the district. And so we went to his gym, like it was at Lee Hamilton, Ricky. Over Ferguson. So we went to his gym at night and he taught me we played pickleball all the time. Like at night, like he's like, meet me at the gym at 7. I have the keys. We'll play pickleball. And so we did. And I want to learn how to play it. I mean, I know it's like for the older generation, but it looks the younger people are kind of taking it up now.
I know it's for the older generation.
It is like, it's an old person sport, but I mean, Tyson from Survivor, like he goes around the country playing.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Apostle.
Really? Wow. Yeah. So anyways, yes. And by the way, if we walk in the morning, the pickleball courts packed.
Yeah.
There's not a one open.
No, it's like the new thing. I bet you it's really hot at the Villages, Ricky.
It is. Trust me.
Parents will be playing some serious pickleball down
there. They have a pickleball like set that I know my mom got one. But lately mom's been golfing, which
you got to do that for a while when you're done.
I'm impressed with. I mean,
do they have a golf cart?
Yeah, of course.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, they actually just bought a new one. But they've been like her and my dad have been going out and golfing, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, Dad used to golf all the time when we were kids, but like, Mom never golfed. So
yeah, I don't like golf. I'm just gonna tell you that's not gonna be something I do in my retirement. I mean, I appreciate that people can do it, but to me, it takes forever. First of all, like seriously, all day, or at least a big chunk of the day. It goes on and on and on.
Yes, exactly.
I used to play a lot of golf too, but like my back, man, it's rough on your back once you start having back issues.
Yeah, Brian knows. That's how he got his back injury.
Man.
True story.
Well, the last time I played golf was a bunch of us played Marathon Weekend. Remember like a couple years ago, 3 years ago?
Oh, yes.
We didn't finish the round. I was like, dude, it's either I finish this round or I was like, I'm able to run like the next 3 days. And so I just packed it.
You decided to stop it. Yeah.
I just drove the golf cart.
Yeah. I gotcha.
All right. Oh, Donna's in the chat. I can't talk about her.
No, you sure can't.
I don't want to play pickleball. I'll take it. I got to learn, redo my skills, and I'll come down and whoop everybody down the villages.
There you go.
Look at this.
Well, I'm going to look into the disc golf thing. I mean,
disc golf.
by the field
You go like to Academy Sports and pick up this. Like you only need like you need like a driver, a mid range, and a putter to start off.
So, all right.
You threw the. Never mind. I guess I don't know what disc golf is.
Yeah, it's got like a big like metal basket with chains.
Yeah.
And if you hit the chains, it like kills it and it falls into the basket. In the putter,
yes.
Talking about the putter, they're all three just like basically like heavy frisbees. Like
okay. I was like, I thought it was frisbee stuff. Okay.
The putter is like a smaller disc and it's more accurate for like shorter distances. So once you get in close, you throw the putter because it flies straight and like
okay.
level. But like your driver is a heavier disc, but you can just fire that thing and it'll it goes farther, but it's not as accurate.
Got it. Okay.
This is disc golf with Mike.
Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you can play one arm. Yeah, Jeff can get in on that. You could just you could play with one in the sling.
There you go.
Disney.
Oh wait, are we a Disney podcast?
Joe says, pickleball and golf. What's next? The early bird.
Joe, you already know Mike is already doing the early bird special.
Mike eats at 4:00.
Exactly.
Starving right now. It's almost 5:00.
Exactly. Mike is really like a 70-year-old man in a 40-year-old body. So let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get the questions. We got a ton of them, so let's hit it.
All right.
All right. We have lots of good answers. I have good answers prepared. I hope with the questions.
I have something in mind, question mark. No.
All right, here we go. 17. If you got questions, put them in the chat too. We can throw those in there too. Here we go. 1768. Welcome to episode 1768 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you. Hope this wonderful fall week is going well for you here in the Midwest. We have had amazing weather for the past week. It's been basically in the mid 70s, not a cloud in the sky, and crisp, cool mornings and evenings, and it warms up in the afternoon. You really can't ask for much more than that, but much more than that would be it's SEC football week. That's right, Mizzou versus Bama. M-I-Z. Let's see how it goes. I know we have lots of Bama fans in the audience. Not quite as many Mizzou fans, but we're tough, we're ferocious, and at least we got football, so hang in there. And Big 12 fans, you can come watch us, or Big 10 fans, watch some football this weekend. We're already playing. Just kidding. Anyway, we're going to talk Disney. Let's do that today to answer your listener questions. We have Ricky. She's also down in SEC country, down in Georgia. She's also from the mouseforless.com. What's up, Ricky?
She cares so much about football.
You're in Georgia. It's pretty serious down there.
Yeah, that I'm well aware of, but she doesn't really care that much about it. So we're good. It's all fine. It's all fine.
Gotta get it. Well, you can get out there and enjoy the fall weather at least.
The fall weather has been nice. It's so I know this sounds really like sad of me, but it's been in like the 70s and I'm kind of cold. So
you're like a Florida person. Put on the sweater.
I know. I'm thinking like I have the Florida blood now all of a sudden. So I know I was like sitting out on my back porch this weekend and it was a little chilly and I was wrapped up in a blanket and a hoodie and I said, I gotta go inside. I'm freezing. So I'm in trouble. I'm just gonna say I'm in trouble. But let's be perfectly honest. It has been in the 90s and upper 80s here. So to go from that to like 70, it's a pretty big drop. So I can kind of understand why my body's not quite acclimated yet.
Yeah, 44 the other morning when I got up to run.
Oh, that's so cold.
But for running, it's actually perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, 44 was kind of a shock to the system. And the sprinklers were on.
Oh,
I hate that. Like just real quick rant. They got to turn the sprinklers off on my path. Like, I know these people are like, nobody's up at 5:30 in the morning. This dude's up at 5:30 in the morning. I don't need to get sprinkled. Like, first thing I get out the door and I'm getting sprinkled at 44 degrees. Come on now. That grass will be okay. It's September. The grass dies at this point. That's what I got to get on that HOA meeting thing.
Gotcha. Go you go do that. See how well that works. You don't want my thoughts on HOAs right now. So
all right. We also have the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, Pam Forrester. Pam, what's going on?
Hey, happy Wednesday. I'm just like today, some days, like I always look forward to podcasting, but some days you look forward to it more than others. And today is one of those days where it's like, I'm ready. So
yep.
I've been sitting here like, Ricky, come on, let's go. Get home.
I know. I'm sorry. I had to let the dog out. She had to go to the bathroom. So
you and the Baja Boys. All right. First question of the day from the inbox. Comes from Maggie. She says, hey, Mike, Pam, and Ricky, we're officially less than 30 days from hopping on an airplane and heading down to Walt Disney World. Thank you, Mike, for everything you've done for my family and helping me plan a great and much needed vacation. Thank you, Maggie. I appreciate it. I have 2 planning questions because, like many of your listeners, I am the planner of my family. Number 1, I've heard that the Disney buses aren't running until 30 minutes before park opening. What about the Skyliner and the monorail? Also, after the parks close, how long do the buses, Skyliner, monorail run? I haven't booked many ADRs, but I was hoping to do so at the resorts around the Magic Kingdom and the studios. All right, Ricky, so what's the official word right now for, is it still 30 minutes before park opening for buses?
I think it's more.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure 100%. I would say definitely ask at the front desk.
I've seen them more than 30 minutes when I was.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I did too. I thought they were an hour.
Yeah, I would say an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that maybe at first it might have been 30 minutes, but now that it's a little busier, I would say maybe that hour time slot is back in,
Well, too, as far as after park closing, the Skyliner is going to run 90 minutes to 2 hours post Epcot closing. Because I did that, Epcot was closing at, what time was that in August? Like 8. And I mean, I had plenty of time. Maybe it was 9. No, it wasn't 9. But anyway, we had plenty of time after Epcot closed to ride around, go over to the Riviera, Caribbean Beach, and get back to Pop Century. So you have plenty of time there.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
And make those ADRs too. Let's see here. With park hopping not existing right now, is the monorail still running between Epcot and the Magic Kingdom? It is not.
No
Epcot line. Number 2, since there are no fast passes to book, which I have to say I actually love, I've been trying to create a general strategy for us on our park days. As I follow posted wait times of my Disney experience and add it to the attraction ride times, the math isn't adding up to be able to do all the rides. And yet I've heard so many listeners calling in to say they've got it all done and then some. Are the wait times typically shorter than what is being posted? I actually really I'm actually really looking forward to slowing down a bit on this vacation and enjoying my resort time more, but having a plan for the beginning and end of each day is helping me feel grounded. Thank you so much for your guidance. For us type A Disney fanatics, Maggie is all the way out in Spokane, Washington, across the country. All right, so I believe she is onto something, Ricky. I think the posted wait times are actually they're way conservative. Like they're posting like a 50-minute wait when a lot of people are getting through in 30 or less.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think that the posted wait times are what the actual wait times are. I think that the people who are, and also, I mean, it depends on what she's talking about when she's talking about getting everything done as well. Like, Are you talking about getting every single attraction that's open in the Magic Kingdom done? Or are you talking, because when getting everything done is it's kind of a moving spectrum for everybody. Like my getting everything done doesn't necessarily include some other attractions that other people might put on their list. So I don't know if she's meaning like literally every single attraction in the park or every attraction that matters to me kind of situation either. So that's kind of another question I have.
I agree, because like when I came back and I said, I did everything I wanted in the Magic Kingdom and still had time to spare. The thing was, like, I didn't ride the carousel. I didn't ride, I'll be honest, I didn't ride Small World that day.
Yeah.
There were things that I did not, I don't think I did Carousel Progress even, but I did everything I wanted and a lot of stuff, even the e-ticket. The thing is, now's the time with the e-ticket rides, you can ride those.
Yes.
With wait times you've never seen. And of course, as we get into the holiday season and as people are more comfortable to travel, you're not going to see the wait times and the efficiency that you saw in August or September.
Right.
What you are going to see in October, November, December is it's relative to 2019. You're going to get a lot more done than you could have in normal situations. Pam, get in on this. What do you think about all that?
I think, first of all, that the wait times are definitely inflated at different times. And I think that's not Disney trying to be subversive or anything. I think what happens is they're trying to, under promise and over deliver in some ways. And there's an ebb and flow to it. I mean, it's not like, oh my gosh, wait times dropped by 2.5 minutes. It's no longer an 18-minute wait. It's a 15.5-minute wait. And now, do you know what I mean? They don't update that frequently. It's just not possible, first of all. And secondly, it's not something that they're constantly on top of. If they see a jump of, so many minutes, then they'll increase it. If they suspect a decrease in time, they'll decrease it, things like that. But so that's the thing you have to, be aware of. But in my experience, most of the time they do, if they're going to be wrong on any, side of it, they want to make sure that you aren't waiting longer than the posted wait time. So yeah. And there is, I think that if you've been there a few times, there are going to be attractions that you just don't do. And you're like, I did everything I wanted to do with the Magic Kingdom, even though you may not have done like the 20-minute Country Bear show or whatever. So you can't break it down into math problems because we're not good at math here. So
math is not our strong suit.
I will say that the beauty in it is not only, like Betsy said, you can hit those e-ticket rides multiple times in a day, where maybe when the Fast Pass days, you get that one shot at Space Mountain. You're like, I don't want to ride it again at 105 minutes later. I'm going to just be happy with my one ride on the Fast Pass. What the beauty of it is, even more than that for me in the situation that we're in right now, which is so unique, is that you can do all of Tomorrowland and then move on to Fantasyland.
Yes.
You can do Fantasyland, you can move on to Liberty Square, then you can go into Frontierland. And the thing is, you're not doing that crisscross applesauce around the park constantly. You're not doing
it's not
space and then
right.
Because the thing is, I know this sounds like 1970s, but what it is like you can really enjoy the land that you're in. You can even have a snack. If you're in Adventureland, you can get a Dole Whip float. You can, do pirates. You can do Jungle Cruise. You can see the Tiki Room, and then you move on. And you can do, then you go on to Frontierland. It's a really retro kind of way to tour, but it's a great way to tour. And
if anything, wouldn't it be awesome if COVID taught us as Disney folks not to make the success of our vacation hang so much on the number of attractions that you get done, because it could be so different than that all the time. And I think at different times, it's easier when you go often that it doesn't become that. But I think of so many trips that I've taken, especially at holidays or the times when it's really going to be busy. And I think about I had a fantastic day today. What did I get done if I'm counting number of attractions? Maybe an attraction and
sure.
a half.
Yeah, exactly.
But we saw the parade. We went out to eat here. We were with a big group of people. We were laughing. We were having a great time. We watched this show. We spent time at our resort, did all those things. So, just the potential's there. And I'm not suggesting that our listeners are like, oh my gosh, we got to get those numbers in. But it's something that I think we as humans, just like the success of a day is like, oh my gosh, I did 20 attractions today or whatever. So anyways, it'll be interesting to see how it goes as we move forward.
Absolutely. I know that we're living in that era right now of quantified self. I have my Apple Watch on, so I got to know how many calories I burn every day, how many active minutes that's the world we live in now. So, it's really hard to get away from that. If I did 7 attractions in a day, did I get my money's worth? If you had a good day, bottom line, if you do 2 attractions,
I think it should be more of a feeling.
It's hard.
That's so true. It's definitely more the feeling of, did I have a good day? That's really how it should be. And
yeah,
that's, you're right, Pam. We've definitely gotten into a place where it's okay. I got this, and this attraction done. Yeah. It's a successful day. What I think the number that people feel is a successful day is somewhere like between 7 and 10 or something like that. And you're right. There are definitely days that I've been to the Magic Kingdom and only did or Epcot, for goodness sake, Epcot for sure. And only
I've done 0 attractions
exactly.
on a great day at Epcot.
And had a great day at Epcot. So, you know,
Okay.
it's all relative on what you're doing on your vacation. And I think that that's something that this is hopefully going to make us go back and experience a vacation in that way. And I think that Fast Pass has made it. It's another reason why I don't like Fast Pass and hope that they would get rid of it, is because Fast Pass has really made it so that people are like, okay, I hit this number of attractions in a day. It's a successful vacation. You know, so that's another reason why I kind of hope that Fast Pass just kind of floats away. Because
we'll see. When it comes back, though, I think I'm going to have more of like a hybrid kind of situation with my Fast Passes. I'm going to look at them slightly different. You know, where necessarily
that's good, but that's you, and I don't know that a lot of other people will do it that way. That's kind of my theory on that. So.
All right, let's get to the next question, and it is from Jen. She's 1,010 miles from the Magic, it says. So just put a dot from the Magic Kingdom and radio around that circle. Hi, everyone. Love the show. I'm so terribly out of the loop with the news for 2021 reservations at Walt Disney World. So I knew you guys would be able to answer my question. Well, kind of, not really. I have a package booked for February of 2021, but I also want to go in November of 2021. Have they released packages for that time yet? Hoping to stay at Beach Club for a week in November. I hope they have the option for park hopper and dining, but I'm not holding my breath. Just want to make sure I book on time. Thanks, Jennifer. All right, Pam, lay it down. Because I don't know. I wish I knew.
I don't think no one knows at this point. I know that Disney really wants to be able to, you know, book those, first of all, those dates and the dining packages. We all want to see them come back. And I think we're just waiting to see what that will look like. So we don't know. We really, truly don't. I hope that we'll see some 2021 happen, you know, the rest of it soon.
Yeah. Past I know September 26th so well. I've typed September 26th. I mean, talk about a random date to type 1,000 times. I've typed that date.
Yes. I know, right? It's just again and again and again and again. So, but you know, the good news is nobody else can book it either. So you're gonna see it's everyone sort of waiting for that. If you want to get in, go ahead. You can submit a quote. We'll contact you as soon as things are available and get you booked right then.
Did we not have a false alarm on the agent group yesterday that almost gave me a heart attack? I think we did, just because
there's been rumors flying around out there, and of course there are websites that love to take a little kernel of information and turn it into a full-blown multi-story kind of thing. Situation.
No, it's been a couple things but I was sitting there like, that's interesting. It's on a Sunday afternoon when I could be sitting here watching football, working on like Disney, don't do this to me. Anyway,
right?
Yeah. All right. Anna's got a question in the live chat. She's arriving Christmas Day. Any recommendations? Should I go to a park or do something else? Any restaurant recommendations? First of all, see the Christmas parade. I'm just kidding. I'm just because for one thing, there's no parades, and for two, it's usually in November.
Exactly.
So that's funny on many levels. No, just kidding. But what do you, Ricky? You've been there on Christmas Day, right?
I have a few times.
Do you wear jams?
I do not. No.
Good.
That's not my jam. Yeah, sorry. No, I've been there a few times on Christmas Day. I kind of like what we were talking about before. I go in with my expectations. Now, granted, I mean, this year will certainly be different than other years, but I still wouldn't expect to get a lot done, just, because I don't know how the parks will be this year. So keep that in mind. I go to enjoy the holiday experiences usually. So I will pick out whatever the holiday festivities are for that park, and that will be what I do. I don't know if she's going to be going to a park. She says she's kind of asking. So if you want to go ahead and add an extra day to your ticket, I say go ahead and do it. Huh?
Epcot Festival.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we did last year. We went to the Epcot Festival of the Holidays. We snacked around World Showcase. We caught one of my favorite performers in Epcot, which is Joyful. They are a fantastic group. And they sing amazingly, and it's so wonderful what they do. So I think this year they're in the
place.
Yes, they're in the World Showplace this year, which is kind of cool too. That's where they're at.
That's a cool room.
So don't miss them there if you decide to go to the park. And as for dinner, I mean, you can snack around World Showcase, which is something certainly easy to do, or you can just make, a reservation. I would suggest, if you're going to do like Epcot, maybe Garden Grill.
No, here's my Beer Garden.
Beer Garden is a good option.
That'd be a good Christmas thing. I think when I think of Christmas,
I don't think you're wrong there.
Santa Claus.
So that's an option too. The other parks are, fine. I really do prefer Epcot on Christmas Day. I don't know why. I've done Hollywood Studios on Christmas Day when they did Jingle Bell Jingle Bam. Bam. That was fun too. But since they're not really announcing that they're doing anything for Hollywood Studios this year, I would probably do Epcot. If you want to go to a restaurant at the resorts, that's an option too. I've done Kona on Christmas Day.
So Christmas like Kona.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of the restaurants will have a special Christmas Day dish. So even if they're not specifically a restaurant that you would think of for Christmas, like Kona, they tend to have something that's specific for Christmas. So that's kind of nice too. So just make a reservation for whatever restaurant tickles your fancy and go there, and they'll probably have something for you that's a Christmas inspired dish.
Mele Kalikimaka.
Exactly.
Pam, where would you go if you had a resort restaurant to go to on Christmas Day?
Man. This is my thing because I do this all the time, actually. So if I'm going to a resort reservation on Christmas Day, I'm gonna go somewhere that I like. First of all,
Captain Obvious has entered the chat.
But not like a quick service that I like. I'm going to a real sit-down restaurant that I like.
Got it.
Right? New Year's Day though, I'll go places I hate. So no, a sit-down restaurant, of course. So I probably am looking at one of the signature ones, and I hope that we see more of these open up. I saw that Narcoossee's opened up, so I'm really excited about that. Of course, California Grill has been open, so I'm excited about that. I want to see my beloved Flying Fish open up again. I'm just going to say this. They had such great food, and so I would love to see that. I'd love to spend a nice meal there on Christmas Day.
In the COVID times, the Florida Department of Health is not going to open any restaurant that has flying in the title. They're in for a challenge.
Right.
Yeah, these times are rough on them. All right, we have a question from Whitney down in Memphis, Tennessee. She says, "Hey, Mike and BOGP crew, our family of 4 has a trip coming up the first week of December. We'll be going to Disney World with our BFFs and next door neighbors / quarantine pod cruise family of 4. So I guess they've been quarantining together. That's pretty sweet. So a total of 8 guests, 4 adults, 4 kids. We're wondering how difficult dining reservations are to get now, especially for a slightly larger party with all the new rules and regulations. It seems like since there are fewer restaurants open with lower capacity, it would be harder. But then if park and resort capacity is also lower, does it all just even out? Overall, do y'all think it's easier or harder to get dining reservations now? Any tips for getting dining reservations for a party of 8? Would love to hear your thoughts and tips. I started listening to the show a couple of years ago, and now I'm happy to report I've turned our neighbors into BOGP fans as well. She was the Grumpy Runner email a few months back, if you remember that one. Thanks for all you guys do to keep us Disney fans going in these tough times, Whitney. Well, shout out to the neighbors. Look at that. We're the neighborly pocket. Love it. And I love that you guys are partying together down at Walt Disney World in December. That's a great way to go. All right, Pam, what do you think? ADRs. Harder to get tips for a party of 8?
So my best tip for your party of 8 is to be willing to split up into 2 tables of 4. That will make things much easier. There are absolutely restaurants who just are not taking parties of 8 right now. And that's not just at Disney World. That's actually across the country. Some of our local places won't do more than 4. Some won't do more than 6. And that's just the space where we're at. There are different recommendations based on where you are according to state and even local and county governments. So keep that in mind. If you're willing to split into 2 tables of 4, though, I think you'll be fine. I will not say that reservations are without challenges right now. Although you can typically get something, it may not be your first choice and it may not be your first time. Be aware that because of the restaurant, the spacing issue and the percentage of how the restaurant can be full, that there's a lot of empty tables. So one of the things that is happening is they're sort of spreading out that dining time. It was so funny because Steve and I were in the pool one day when we were down there at the Contemporary, and we had already been to California Grill, but I was looking and I'm like, okay, where are we going to go tonight for dinner? Because we just hadn't made plans. And Steve's like, there's a California Grill tonight. I'm like, oh, okay. What time is it? And he's like, 10:50. I'm like, oh, okay.
That's almost breakfast for me.
That's late. That's very late. So anyway, just be aware of things like that. So you got to be flexible in your time and be flexible in your party size, but go and have fun. The restaurants that were open, we really found that we were able to, have most of the things that we wanted to order there. Like if they were restaurants that we had been to a few times, the fan favorites were there and available to us. They also had some other creative things for us to try too. So really liked it, enjoyed our time there. It felt great.
And now here's what I would say too, for Whitney, just from my knowledge of what I see every day, because I do this every day with guests, is that people are booking very close to their travel dates right now. So I'm getting a lot of bookings. It's September. I'm getting a lot of people booking trips for October and November right now. I mean, they're just like, we're going, we're going to do it. We're excited. We've missed it. We're going. So here's what I'm saying. On that 60-day mark for your trip, get on there and book those because, for one thing, nobody can be in front of you. If your 60-day mark, you're going to have good availability. Do 2 4s if you got to. That'll be fine. You're going to see each other all the time. You can be away. You can have 4 and 4, for 45 minutes at dinner if you have to. But the thing is that there's a lot of people that might be down there in December that might not book till November. So you're way ahead of them, or October. So just put yourself in a good spot there. And kind of follow up on that one. I'll get to your question, Laura, in the live chat here, but this is kind of the same thing. No, well, it's kind of related. It is from Sean in Maryland. He says, hey, everyone in the BOGP crew. My wife decided to keep our wine and dine trip booked and actually use the AP discount to upgrade from Pop Century to a split stay at the Contemporary and the Riviera. Now that's an upgrade, man. You're going from Pop to the Contemporary. Right? Like that. We're excited about the dining options, but wanted your opinion on indoor dining. So far during COVID, we've usually eaten outside and are a little hesitant for eating indoors in a restaurant. I'm in the restaurant industry myself and know how much work goes on behind the scenes to make it safe. So my concern isn't the restaurant itself as much as how many people are in the restaurant. Was it noticeably less crowded inside? Did you feel safe? Coming from the East Coast, I've mastered the mask wearing. So our only hang up is the crowds at the restaurant. Also, super off topic. Any idea when the Epcot monorail will be running again? Thanks so much for all you guys do, Sean. No idea on the monorail. I would say maybe, possibly maybe at Christmas time when they have more demand. Who knows? We don't know. Okay, back to the dining because we all have experience with this. I will say that they are, just like Pam just said, they're very much spreading out the tables. And they're very much being careful of how they seat you, that you have your mask on until you sit down. I mean, for example, when we ate at Liberty Tree Tavern, we ate over in the Diamond Horseshoe. I mean, that was like an annex, and it was very spaced out over there, but the meal was still awesome. So they're really, Pam, I think you said, I mean, they're taking this distancing on the indoor dining. I didn't have any problems, but I mean, I've eaten inside a couple times here, but it was so spread out down there that, and I think that's what we get back to with making your ADRs, because there's, 50% less tables, but it also makes you 100% more safe when you're having your experience in the restaurant. Is that what you think?
It's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, we eat out here and I felt much safer at Disney World than I did here. I will say, like it was like night and day. And not that I'm saying that people here aren't being safe, but I will just say that, like, when we go to a restaurant here, there are people just, human nature. You are getting close to each other and you're whatever. It's just the way it sort of is. And plus, I mean, we have a lot of little small places we go to. These poor people, like these poor restaurants, they have to not only do the capacity limit in terms of the percentage, but they still have to be 6 feet apart too. So it's a lot for some of these restaurants that only had like 8 to 10 tables to begin with. I'm not sure how they're making it. And my heart goes out to them. Really and truly, I want to see all these local restaurants survive. But at Disney World, they're all big spaces. You're not going to a little hole in the wall. So your ability to, even though I watched the way that the hostess sat us, she took us sort of around different places. So it felt, yes, to sort of limit our exposure to each other. So I really felt very safe doing it completely. And in so many of the restaurants at Walt Disney World, especially at some of the signature ones we went to, the servers themselves not only had a mask, but they also had a face shield as well. So it makes it a little challenging to hear them. So extend a little grace in that space. But yeah, I felt very, very safe.
It is so different though. I'll get to, but like the thing with like the face shields, because the servers I had down when I was down there had the face shields on as well. In like the first meal, I'm like, oh my, this is so weird. I'm like being served by like a stormtrooper or something. It's like it's bizarre, but no kidding. By like the second day, I didn't even notice it. Like it was like they had on their their costume. It's part of the deal. Like it goes away quickly, especially if you're coming from a place where you're not. He says he's from, Sean's from the East Coast, where he says is, more prevalent. I'm from Missouri, where we don't see it a whole lot. I mean, we're playing football. We have high school sports, Mallory's cheering. We're out in the country for these games. There's not a lot of mask wearing out there. It's weird, but I mean, like I got accustomed to it really quickly. So even if you're not, Ricky, I mean, I saw the same thing. Like I felt really safe.
I have to say I felt more spaced out at Walt Disney World than I do here. So, we'll go out to restaurants here. And while most of the time I do request to sit outside, if the option is not available to me, I will sit inside. But I have noticed that I've been seated closer to people here inside than I was when I went to Walt Disney World. So they definitely take a very large space for guests to feel safe. There's a bubble around, not a real bubble, but like there's a bubble around people so that they feel like they're safe while they're dining. So I definitely feel like Disney is doing a really good job in that space. So yeah, I agree. I think that I felt perfectly fine while dining. So I get it.
Go ahead.
The other thing is if you are super uncomfortable, just make sure you wear your mask pretty much the whole entire time until you get your food. Or if you want to take a drink or whatever, then take the mask off and then put it back on again. Because there are people who will sit around without their mask on the whole time. So, just do what you feel comfortable with too. So.
I will say, like when we were down there, we ate at Olivia's. It's my favorite restaurant, but we asked to sit on the patio, and it was beautiful. Like we were outside, still having a sit-down meal at Walt Disney World. We also went to Geyser Point. You know what I'm saying? So there's outdoor dining there. So there, if you think outside the box, maybe we come up. I think there are some lists floating around of like outdoor dining locations that have it. Now, when I go to Olivia's, I'm not guaranteed I'm going to get the patio, but if I'm willing to wait, I could probably get the patio.
Exactly. If it's important to you and you want to wait, I mean, absolutely ask and wait. I've done that here, at restaurants in Georgia. I've said, I will wait for an outdoor seating area. If you're, that's fine, and so you can do the same thing. If there's a place at Walt Disney World, go ahead and ask and they will be more than happy to oblige. You just probably will have to wait a little bit longer.
All right. Next question from the inbox. Future trip from Down Under. Hello, Mike, Pam, and Ricky. I'm looking for advice on a future trip to Walt Disney World that is very much in the dreaming about stage. But hopefully when international travel restrictions are lifted and the world is back to a bit of normality, we can actually make it happen. Our family of 4, 2 adults plus 2 kids in their late teens, are planning on a 3-week Orlando stay. That'll be mostly Walt Disney World, but with a little Universal thrown in there too.
Hey, there we go.
Salt, pepper there. Got to have it in there. A little spice. I'd really like to do a split stay to experience as many different resorts as possible, but without feeling like we're having to pack and move too often. Do you think we'd be pushing it to do 3 Disney resorts plus a Universal resort in 3 weeks? We'd really like to experience a value, a moderate, and a deluxe, if at all possible. Many thanks in advance for all your help on the matter. Kate is down in Sydney, Australia. And by the way, Kate, happy spring to you. Look at that.
There you go.
Right.
I'm glad it's fall. I like fall, but happy spring. All right. So I'm going to throw this one to the queen of the split.
Yes.
I mean, she is the monarch of the split stay.
She absolutely is.
She is everything in the split stay Pam Forrester takeover.
I am. So we could have a 4-night trip and I'll be staying at 3 different resorts.
Right,
This is how it goes for me.
You would do this in 4 nights, yes.
It's true. And, one of the reasons why is I always want to be personally checking out the hotels because I feel like there are things you learn staying there that you never learn in all the training and all of the on-site inspections and everything else that we do. Staying there actually gives you a different perspective. It just does. There's things that you only learn when you stay there. So love to check them out. But one of the things that makes a split stay possible for me is packing cubes, which I talk about all the time, but use them for probably going on 15 years here. We have, just use them for forever. They make things very easy. They keep your bags organized. Packing and unpacking is literally less than 30 seconds. As long as you take clothes off or whatever, you put them either back in a packing cube or in the laundry bag, which, oh my gosh, that's a Magic for Less travel booking bonus that we offer to guests. So
real quick though, Alfred, yours is on the, I promise I hit the wrong thing on Alfred's booking bonus and he needs Alfred is on me about that. I promise you're going to get your laundry bag.
Oops.
Yeah, you're going to want that because I use that all the time too. So that's another thing. Another thing that I really do, and oftentimes one of the ways that we'll do a lot of split stays is like that first night we'll be staying maybe someplace that maybe was not like my preferred place to stay, but like I want to check it out because it's been a year or so since I've been there. So we'll be staying there for one night before we check into a hotel where we're going to spend like maybe 2 or 3 nights. I will pack either a packing cube or a suitcase specifically for that first night at the hotel. We don't touch anything in any of the other suitcases. My whole family will attest this. I'm like, no. You can't get into that suitcase because we're not getting into it till tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. So totally happens. So makes you think a little bit too before you pack, but that helps do that. Just be thoughtful in the way that you're planning. It's not that hard. You don't have to feel like you're taking so much time. Some people love switching resorts and some people feel like they're wasting time. And I think the difference in opinion on that is sort of how organized you are and make yourself be, leading up to the switches. It just is. And I'm not like being critical of those who don't enjoy the process. I completely understand it. It's your vacation. You get to do what you want, but I love checking out different resorts. That's part of the fun for me. The one thing you do have to note, the sort of downside is that there will be a period of time where you have to check out of the resort that you're staying at, and it's not quite check-in time at the new resort you're going to. And Disney is being very strict. They are really not allowing late checkouts anymore. It's just not possible with the enhanced cleaning that they have to do. There are oftentimes your rooms may be available, but never, 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 did I say never, bank on that happening. Never bank on getting into your room early. You'll be disappointed every time and you'll be wasting your day waiting for that room to become available. So my suggestion is always just plan that switch day, go over to the new resort, drop your stuff off, and then go do something fun. So
and I would say, 3 weeks, definitely do this because you're right. I mean, for me, the resorts are, it's at least half of the fun of a vacation.
Yes,
probably more.
For sure.
I look for, I get to stay at, Pop Century for a little bit. Then I might move over to Coronado, check out the tower. Then, hey, you know what? I'm going to treat myself to Yacht Club on some kind of a discount. And then, go over stay at Royal Pacific at Universal or something like that. Or Hard Rock.
Yes, if you're going to Universal, you have to stay at a Universal hotel. I'm just going to tell you that. It makes things so much easier. And stay at one that offers Express Pass. It's worth it every time. So
Jennifer in the chat says she does that for the cruises. 1 suitcase for the cruise, 1 for the land part. And shout out to Alfred live from Walt Disney World. The train made it to Florida. Woo-hoo.
Wow.
Good job, Alfred. Animal Kingdom Day. I've been following along closely. All right, last question of the day. It's from Laura. She says, can someone explain kids riding alone? This is the first time we will be going with 4 kids, 3 of which will be tall enough to ride most rides now. Can my 7-year-old twins ride together so that I can ride with my 4-year-old while the hubby stays with the baby and then use rider switch so they can all ride twice? Oh my gosh, just like a math problem from when I taught 6th grade, my head kind of hurts. Let me think. Okay, so we got 2 7-year-old twins, a 4-year-old, and a baby. So the baby's waiting with dad. They're doing rider swap. 7-year-olds, can 7-year-old? I don't think so. 7-year-old, you can't ride by yourself yet. You're too young. There's like a rule with that.
Yeah,
it is. It's 14, I believe that. But on some of the things, they're kind of flexible in this space. Like if mom is riding and they're riding in front of her, sometimes they let you, but you can't again bank on it. So
that's
the rider swap, though, and Dan's saying to say they're 8. I don't know why I'm thinking 9. But you're right. If mom rides like behind him with the 4-year-old, then they could probably sit like in front. I'm picturing like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train for some reason. I don't know why I'm picturing that. But the kids will definitely get to ride twice on the rider swap, though. They will. Because when you swap the parents, those 2 kids can probably ride again. Because I remember like Paige used to get to ride twice on everything.
Well,
the rider swap with Mallory. God, it's been so long.
But there's 3 of them. So that's what they're trying to figure out. They would have to choose.
Well, so yeah, the 2 7-year-olds would, so they ride with mom and the 4-year-old. They all ride. Dad's waiting with the baby.
Well,
mom gets off, watches the baby. Dad comes on, and the kids can all ride, I think, again.
No, I think it's 8 is the age of well.
Everybody's saying 8. Everybody's saying 8 in the chat.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it's 14 if the parent's not there at all, like riding the attraction with them. But I believe
cast member. But yeah, at least one of the kids will get to ride twice.
Yeah.
But I bet you they can all ride twice.
But you know what? I mean, yeah, but then you have issues of, she got to ride twice, or he got to ride twice, and I didn't.
I'm not parenting here, man. This isn't a parenting question. Yeah. So. All right. Well, that's clear as mud, and that's how.
Right.
I mean, you can always. You can always ask the cast member when you get to the park. That's the best advice I can give. So.
And Betsy says 14-year-olds can ride with kids younger than 8.
Right, exactly.
14-year-old becomes the adult.
Yeah, they can be, right. But that, there was a situation, an unfortunate situation I was behind once. The mom didn't want to ride. The child wanted to ride. This kid was nowhere near 14, and she was just pretty much like, well, why can't he ride by himself? And the cast member was like, no, like you have to be, like, she wasn't going to ride the ride at all.
Okay,
he just wanted to put him on the ride, and the cast member was like, "Absolutely not. We do not do that. You have to be at least 14 to be able to do that."
Now I'm going to check, because now they're saying the minimum age is 7. So,
okay, now Dan's saying it's 14 to enter the park alone. So now we have all kinds of different variables. Like we have.
I don't know about the enter the park. I know it is to ride the ride. So
minimum age requirement for Walt Disney World. Here we go.
Because this is the last question of the day.
I know, right? Okay. Children under 14 must be accompanied by a guest age 14 or older to enter the following parks. So that's what it is for entering the parks. So
I would say we just ask the cast member.
Yes.
The thing is, too, I mean, it's totally, and that's what Betsy says, it's going to depend on the cast member. Of course, there is a policy, but the person who's working the queue is the person who's going to have the final say anyway.
Right.
They are. But the issue will be that for a safety issue, Disney is very likely to stick to their stated policy. There's other things that they may be a little more flexible on to try to help you out, but probably safety issues they will not be.
Right.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for today's show, unless Ricky has.
I think it is 7. I think it's 7. So they should be okay.
7 and 6'3", right?
Yeah.
No, just kidding. All right. Well, cool. That was clear as mud. So
I know, right? Yeah. Just ask a cast member. That's probably the best thing to do. Yeah.
All right. We are going to close the show out. Don't forget, today's show is brought to you by the great folks over at the Magic for Less Travel. Check them out today. Just drop by the magicforless.com. They got great information there. If you're planning a trip, there's tools there. Even if you're not planning a concrete trip for like next month or December or something, you can look at the resort guides. If you're just missing Walt Disney World, it's a great place to go and see all the pictures, all the room layouts, reviews, all that kind of stuff. And, you got restaurant menus, you got all the stuff that if you're just dreaming, it's a good place to go. But if you're getting that planning going, it's your first stop. So drop by there, check out all the resorts, everything you want to do. Then fill out that quote form, mention the Be Our Guest podcast, and you and I are going to be planning a great trip. I love doing it. We have a great time planning all these trips, and we're going to make sure you have an awesome trip at the lowest price possible. So check them out today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link anytime you shop online, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And if you want a little extra content in your week, become a patron, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Mike in the Midwest, one of the shows coming up soon is going to be about the time I worked at a haunted house in Fenton, Missouri. It was called Silo X.
Yep.
Yes, it was a nuclear fallout shelter kind of thing that glowed green with fog, and I was the second actor that you would encounter. And let me tell you, it was one of the most fun jobs I ever had. So it's going to come up. If you're a patron, you're going to get that show here soon. If you're not, come on over. I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss it. Patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. Also, join us on Discord. Go to BeOurGuestPodcast.com on the right-hand side. Click on the join us on Discord. It's a chat room. We chat all the time. We share pictures. We have a good time 24/7. So join the Discord. Also, follow us on the social media, Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestMike, at BeOurGuestPod. And give us a follow and a subscription or whatever that is over on YouTube and Facebook. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube.
I have an answer from Disney.
Oh my God. You're still doing this question? Come
on. Okay. As for the attractions, they basically do not have an age limit, although no child under the age of 7 can ride unaccompanied, no matter if they meet the height requirement. So if you have children 7 and under, they will have to wait until you can ride with them or another guest who is 14 or older. So that's the answer.
I gave up on that question.
I'm sorry. This is from Disney though specifically, so I just wanted to get it out there that was the specifically Disney sanctioned answer. So
yes. You heard it here first, and second, and third,
and whatever. Yes.
So we are going to be really smart about this, and when we come back together on Friday, we're just doing a Would You Rather show. It's not going to.
That's
it's very simple. Very easy. And the thing is, if you're carpooling, maybe your kids are back in school, taking them to daycare. Maybe you're just sitting around the table. This is one for the whole family. I got a lot of people emailing saying, we like the show because we can listen as a family. The kids can listen. So join us on Friday and have the kids join you, and you play along with us. Which would you rather do? So we're going to do that coming up here in just about 48 hours. So for Pam and Ricky, I'm Mike. Wish you a great Wednesday. Time to head back to work, and we'll see you real soon. That one fell off the rails.
Whew, sorry. I just wanted to make sure we got the right information out. So
did we? No, just kidding. 7, 6, 8. Actually, that was edit. Delara says thank you. I was confused myself on everything I was reading. Yes. Laura, you put us through the ringer.
You did. Oh my gosh.
Why we're here. We're here to be wrong.
The hard part is like that 7 seems to be like a soft 7 in the sense of like, well, does it mean that if they're 7, they can ride by themselves? Or does it mean that they have to be 8 to be able to ride by themselves? I think that's the confusion.
They're twins. What if they're 14?
Yeah, exactly. So like I get the confusion. So I absolutely understand why Laura's confused. So
we got a breaking question for
Betsy wants to know where I order my Disney dresses.
I get mine on Amazon at podcast.com/Amazon.
I wish no, actually I buy them at multiple places. So oftentimes I will get them at Disney. They have a lot of cute dresses with their Shop Disney. So I will find them a lot of times when they go on sale, and I'll pick them up at that point. I don't like to pay full price for them unless I absolutely adore them, which I have bought 2 dresses now, paid full price for that because I absolutely adored them. The other place I buy a lot of my Disney dresses is actually Hot Topic, which I know sounds really weird since I'm
too old to be going in that store.
I am the opposite of goth, and I'm definitely too old. But they have a lot of great Disney stuff in that store, and so I've done it online, actually, where I've found the dress and then gone and picked it up. Actually, I have a dress that's there right now at our local Hot Topic that I'm so excited about. And I have to go pick it up. I can't do it today because I got notified today, but I will be picking it up later this week. So
that's the store that looks like a cave, right?
Between that and Spencer's, I'm not sure. So yeah.
Like a cave.
Yeah. So that there's also a place called Box Lunch, which also is owned by Hot Topic, but it's a lot less goth. So if you have a Box Lunch near you, that is also a suggestion. Also, you can check them out online as well. So that's kind of the places where I order my dresses from.
Lunch.
I love Box Lunch.
You buy clothes from a place called Box Lunch.
I love them. I love it. They have really cute Disney stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like really, really cute Disney stuff at Box Lunch. So, yeah.
They need help with their name.
Well, they're doing. I think it's got something to do with the fact that some of the money that is that they make is donated to food pantries.
Oh, see, now they're trying to make me look mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm picking on them because of their name, and they're nice people.
So.
Anyway,
hey, right. Marlissa, I can make that shirt. We're here to be wrong. So,
yeah,
that's true. It's kind of like that old song. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. All right, here we go.
You're welcome, Betsy.
1770. Holy smokes! Here we go. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to episode 1770 of the Be Our Guest podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. That is right. We are less than 24 hours away from SEC football. I am a happy guy. I get to talk Disney. I get football this weekend for my favorite conference. Mizzou is back. We're going to be right there neck and neck with Bama out in Como tomorrow. Oh my gosh, it's going to be on ESPN. I'm a happy dude right now. So let's get to talking Disney. This is one of the things that makes me happiest all week. I love coming to you, doing the podcast and sharing it with my two best friends here in the Disney universe. We have Ricky. She hangs out every day, giving us the latest and breaking news over at the mouseforless.com. Ricky, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And he thinks of me as one of his best Disney friends.
You are. You're one of my best co-podcasters.
There you go. My heart's all warm and fuzzy now. That's so sweet. Thanks, Mike.
That's it. It's fall, it's we got to be.
It is. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely at the Mouse for Less getting that news for you. So if you want the most up-to-date and correct news, that's a nod to something that happened this past weekend. I make sure that it's correct at the Mouse for Less. So
I didn't see that story about the fast passes over on the Mouse for Less. What's up?
No, you sure didn't, and that's because I did my research and found out that the fast pass story was wrong, which I did not just go with it like everyone else did. Just throwing that out there.
You're so old-fashioned.
I know. What research? What? Oh my gosh!
It did make for a fun Sunday Night Live call-in show, though.
I'm sure it did, but yeah, no, I definitely researched that one and did not write about it on the Mouse for Less because it was not true. So, yeah.
Speaking of, though, let me just say, I love your news because we lead off all the Sunday Night Live call-in shows, which are 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central for an hour. We take your calls, but we lead off with your news every week.
Hey, I'm glad I could help. There you go.
Fun. You got good pictures too, especially that Star Wars story where it talked about the lightsabers coming back and that picture of you like looking glowingly at your lightsaber.
Yes. You can thank the Positanos or however. I'm sorry if I totally butchered their last name. I'm so sorry. But they invited me in to their experience and it was amazing. And they let me build their lightsaber. And that was legit my face when the lightsaber turned on. I was like, oh my gosh.
Cracked me up.
It was so crazy.
The force touched you.
It did. That was the only time, but it was so cool though. So yeah, that was my real face.
All right. Also joining us, we have the co-owner of the Magic for Less Travel, and I believe she is also force sensitive. I'm not sure. What's up, Pam Forrester?
Yes, of course. I mean, I use my force to do all kinds of different things. The force, my force, we combine, and it makes like something even more incredible. For sure. I mean, whatever.
So what do you?
I don't have a twin though.
No, well, you never know. I mean, Luke didn't know he did for a while. So, but
valid.
So, and apparently, twins got us in trouble on Wednesday's show. Laura had twins. We couldn't figure out the answer, so we're done with twins.
No more twins.
That's it. They're getting us in all kinds of trouble. But no, Pam. So it's a nice fall weekend. What's on the agenda up in Pittsburgh?
I don't, I love this time of year. Like, I'm like all the pumpkin things. Oh, and by the way, have you heard there's like a pumpkin shortage that people are freaking out about?
No, you're serious? I haven't heard of that yet. Oh, come on.
Canned pumpkin shortage.
Oh,
like,
yes.
you legit can't get it. So.
I've heard that. I mean, I get, people were baking a ton when the start of this pandemic happened.
Yeah.
I guess now they are baking a ton of pumpkin stuff at this point. So.
Well, right. And I was thinking about that. I was actually having this conversation with my mom. We always joke that if someone's ever tapping our phones, they're going to be sorely disappointed because this is just an example of one of the conversations we had. We were talking about the pumpkin shortage, and she was saying to me, it's probably not a crop that is raised all year long. That's like true. Some of these other things. So there's probably only limited times that they can sort of restock their pumpkin crop. So anyways, hopefully they're gathering up all the pumpkins that are out there right now so that we can have canned pumpkin again. So
yes, exactly.
And bring it to my house because I like it all. Pumpkin coffee, pumpkin tea, pumpkin muffins, cookies, cakes, whatever.
As soon as we're done with the show, Ricky, I'm heading out to Creve Coeur Mill Road and grabbing my pumpkin from the patch and at least having something I can carve.
There you go.
There you go.
Yes.
Make me nervous. All right. So today we're doing Would You Rather Disney style. It's not going to be would you rather have pumpkin pie or chocolate cream pie?
Oh, can I have both?
Yeah, I'm chocolate cream. Real quick, okay, let's get warmed up. I'm chocolate cream on that one, Ricky.
Oh, I'm both.
No, you got to pick one. It's would you rather.
Well, chocolate, it depends on the time of year. I mean,
right now, like a boom.
Oh, right now, I wanted to make myself a pumpkin pie a couple nights ago. So yeah, I'm all in pumpkin pie right now. Yeah.
What about you, Pam?
Pumpkin. Yeah, chocolate cream is like pudding and whipped cream.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. You
no, I don't like that. No.
Putting sorry. With whipped cream on top, baby.
Yes, that's fantastic. I'm in.
I love it. Man, my grandma used to make some great chocolate pies. Oh, good. All right. Anyway, we are going to take these from the live chat. If you have any, throw them in here and we'll address those. We'll start off with Ricky. Ricky, give us a would you rather situation for Walt Disney World.
Okay. All right. Well, what's all the rage right now is the fantastic Halloween like buckets and other kinds of merchandise items that are available with food at Walt Disney World. So my first question is, would you rather buy the Mickey popcorn bucket, the one with the pumpkin, or the Madame Leota sipper? You can only buy one because you only have room for one in your luggage. So you have to make the choice of which one you're going to take home with you. And I already know Pam's answer because we've had this discussion. But Pam,
I'm going to one away next show. Next week, we're going to wrap.
Exactly. I'm going to go to you first since we already have your answer.
Well, so I already bought the pumpkin one, so I'm so excited about it. It's actually, so this is something that's way out of what I typically do because I don't usually buy anything like this. I'm just not that person. Because I get home and then I'm like, what am I doing with this? And then like it ends up at our Goodwill. So if you live by me in the Goodwill,
apparently. Yeah.
Apparently. So anyways, but yes, I love that pumpkin balloon popcorn bucket thing. It is so cute and it's a Halloween decoration. So it actually has a function in my house. So I felt okay about buying it. So I say that.
All right, Mike.
I'm going with pumpkin bucket too. That thing is pretty cool. I just think it looks neat. It looks more practical. Now, tell me about the Madame Leota thing. Okay, so it's what is it? I've seen it, but I mean, is it it's a glass? Like it's a drink?
It's it's a beverage sipper. So it holds the beverage.
Kind of like the orange bird or kind of thing. Like it's got a straw on the top.
Yeah. And then but the part that's really cool is that it lights up, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
So I am going with the Madame Leota because she lights up. Now, if I really am talking about things, I'd probably bring home both. But because I don't need both, but they both probably come home with me. But if I had to choose one, I would go with the Madame Leota one. I think it's a little more unique than the Mickey one. The Mickey one is so cute, though. But I think I'm going with Madame Leota that I'd bring home with me.
I agree. I think the Madame Leota is just like, it's got the pop. It's got the, you're really going to impress people if you bring that home and show it to everybody at, the office. I know you're going into the office, Ricky, and stuff like that. But I think, you know, like the popcorn bucket and the one where, you know, Pam has, it's something that you could use 20 years for. It could be a Halloween decoration for 20 years. And it's
Madame Leota's can be a Halloween decoration for 20 years.
But I mean, the batteries could go on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll buy new batteries.
Because it's like a lightsaber. Like I have a lightsaber on the wall, but I always forget to turn it on. You know, it looks cool when it's on. Like you got to actually activate it. If you just put that popcorn bucket out, it's 24/7 looking cool.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying. All right. But okay, so we got a lot of people in the chat going popcorn bucket.
I mean, I get it. I I understand. I do.
All right. I'm going to outsource mine because I went to the Patreon Discord server for mine. Well, actually, my first one was actually one I was going to do anyway. It's from Bill Ogg. And he says, I'm not a big fireworks or parade guy. He's like you, Ricky. He's not.
No, he's not.
I would like to run around on attractions during the nighttime shows. Would you rather low crowds and wait times or have fireworks and parades? He says, not a traditional would you rather, but I think it's apropos for our current predicament. And I got to give a shout out to Bill because I would have no idea how to spell apropos, but he did. And I guess it's right because I don't know how to spell it myself. So anyway, would you rather have low crowds and wait times like we have now, or get your fireworks and parades back, but the crowds go back up? Ricky, what do we do? Well, I think I got a good guess on you.
Yeah, you definitely have a good guess on me. I mean, low crowds is hands down. I can give or take fireworks. I can give or take a parade, but the low crowds and wait times are hands down the best thing ever. I'm so enjoying it. So I know I am the opposite of most people, but I mean that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, sorry.
All right, low crowds, wait times. Pam, what about you?
So I'm, I'm thinking about the trips that we took recently, and I really enjoyed them. I've really enjoyed the trips that we've taken since the reopening. I am looking forward to the day when all those things return, like fireworks and parades and whatnot. But I can absolutely stick with this for a little bit longer. So I'm gonna forego those things and stick with the lower crowds. Yeah.
While I like the uniqueness of the current situation, I would go parades, fireworks, go back because to me, okay, this is going to sound strange because I loved my August trip with nobody there. It was like, I felt like a rock star. It was crazy because you just don't get that kind of, empty park and, being able to have that freedom. And I've said this many times, like Pop Century is kind of a crazy resort. Like it's busy, with a lot of rooms, but there's energy to it. Like there's a heartbeat. And when there's not a lot of people there, it's kind of weird. It's almost like there's like just something slightly missing, which you make up for in how many rides you get to ride. Don't get me wrong, but it feels for somebody that's been as much as we have, like I like that nighttime, just like the hubs packed. Like I can't believe I'm saying I miss that, but I do. Like, and to watch Happily Ever After or to see. God, I wish when Illuminations went away, the world fell apart, by the way, just so everybody knows, right? When as soon as we got done with Illuminations, like it's like the world was done. But I mean, just like there's like a cadence to a Disney vacation. It's like a rope drop that early morning, it's not hot. You're just boom, 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 getting so many attractions done, midday swimming, back to the park for dinner, close out with fireworks, a nighttime parade back in the day when we had those. That was awesome. And then you go to bed. Like that was my perfect day. I could take the crowds, but I mean, right now it's pretty sweet. Take advantage if you can. So, but I miss my fireworks and parades, but that's me. All right, Pam, give us a would you rather. So you guys took the day and in the chat room took the day. Everybody picked low crowds and wait times.
Wow.
Wow. That's interesting.
That is.
Okay. So I did, it's sort of along the same sort of vein as Ricky's, but mine was, so with all the different foods that we see coming out, like the special foods for Halloween and the holidays, are you taking the Halloween treats? And I know, right? And there are so many good ones. There's the waffles with the pumpkin.
Everybody's losing their minds about that one too. So.
I know they are, but we know some of the treats that they have at the holidays too. I mean, we have like the poutine that had like the stuffing that was so good, and the gravy. Hello, that was really good. And then just all the things. I imagine they'll have like the food booths, like, that they've been having for the holiday of the, whatever they call that, whatever. Please insert the
Festival of the Holidays.
Festival of the Holidays. Festival of the Holiday. Mickey and Minnie Mouse run out and make something for you. Holiday party.
Yes, that one. Yes.
Got to be a 35-word name. Yeah. But they have great food there too, and they have the cookie thing, the cookie trail, and the different cookies you could do. So, which would you rather, the Halloween and fall treats, or the Christmas and holiday treats?
I'm going to jump in here. I'm going fall treats because I think really, again, I sound like such an old curmudgeon here, but I swear, like in the last decade, like in the last 5 to 10 years, like the focus has gone away from like just the fall. Like when I taught school, when I first started teaching 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
Yeah. Back in my day.
I'm just saying, like when I would do a bulletin board, and I didn't do many. Actually, I didn't do bulletin. I paid Pam to do bulletin boards.
Of course you did.
I'll buy you like a week's worth of lunch if you just do this bulletin board, because I hate doing bulletin boards. Anyway, but I mean, when she would do a bulletin board for me back in the day, like in the late 90s, it was always like, oh, here's fall. You got leaves, you have like a football, you got, like a campfire. I swear now, if like you're a teacher and you make a fall bulletin board, it's got to be like pumpkin spice lattes and like pie, and everything is turned to like fall is now like really snacking season. And so that's why I'm going with fall, because I think people look forward to fall for that seasonal taste of what you can get in September, October.
Okay. All right, Ricky.
I'm having a hard time choosing. I have a dog that's barking like crazy. Oh gosh. Somebody just rang the doorbell.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you want me to go stop her first?
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, let me go stop her. Hang on, I'll be right back. I was like, don't ring the doorbell, don't ring. Oh, they rang the doorbell. Okay, hang on, I'll be right back.
We went over to Ricky's house and rang her doorbell. Thank you, because now I have to edit tonight.
That's funny.
Daisy, come here.
I'm trying to think though, Christmas treats, because Alan says Christmas. I might have to rethink this. But fall treats are pretty good.
They are.
I'm saying most people want fall treats, but I do like Christmas cookies. No, she's still barking. Am I hearing something? Like I hear the dog.
Yeah. She stopped in the
We're out in the backyard.
No, she's fine. Yeah, sorry. My food got delivered, and so she's mad.
Dude, my dog is so good. She's sitting here sleeping just right here. That's why she's on the scoreboard at Mizzou tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay.
Tell your dog to pipe down.
I will.
Okay. All right, go.
So this is tough. I think I'm going to go with the fall treats too, though. There's so many really great, while I love gingerbread flavors, there's so many great pumpkin flavors that they have available right now with the pumpkin spice waffle sundae, which sounds amazing. And then there's the pumpkin spice milkshake, which is at Anti-Gravity's, which I tried to get last year. And when I tried, they were actually out of it at the time. And they said it would be like 20 minutes and I had to leave. Wow. So I was like, but I really wanted to try it then. There's also the Hades nachos, which sound amazing.
You're just tempting fate. If you put anything in your body that's called Hades nachos.
They're Bills. They're black bean nachos with fiery buffalo chicken, lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream,
and jalapenos.
Sounds so good. I would go for them right now.
Yes. I mean, you guys get on me for eating Taco Bell. Dude, at least nothing on the menu is called Hades fiery nachos.
They were good.
I am so in right now. I can't even tell you how in I am on those. If I could get them delivered to my house tonight, I would do it. So, there's also the pumpkin. Okay, it's the pumpkin tiramisu. It's at Rosie's All American at Hollywood Studios. It sounds amazing. It's layers of mascarpone and spiced pumpkin cake. I don't think I've ever eaten at Rosie's All American, and I plan on going to get this. So I'm telling you right now, that sounds good. There's also a pumpkin cheesecake cannoli at Pizza Rizzo. Again, pumpkin cheesecake mixed with a hazelnut praline crunch and a cannoli shell. I'm all in. So there's so many great options this year for Halloween, and I know that there are going to be some fantastic choices for Christmas, but I gotta go with the Halloween options. There's just so much that I'm all in on right now. So yeah.
All right, we got 2 fall. What do you got, Pam?
I'm going to go with the Christmas ones.
Oh,
I know, right? I really thought about this. And I just think, first of all, I feel like Disney has really stepped up their game in terms of treats right now. They know that these are the kind of things that we're looking for, and they delivered. They really and truly did. And I'm really anxious to see what, when we start getting the details of what the Christmas things are going to be. And I love that season. I love when it's a little colder down in Florida. You can wear like a sweatshirt or a sweater at night. I really love that part. I love getting like a hot drink and getting to feel that. So it just sort of lends itself to that. So I'm going with the holiday ones, the Christmas ones. I can't wait to see what they do this year.
All right. I'm going to throw mine in just because Amanda has one in the chat. So I'm going to put this one in for the users. This is a user's turn. This is a tough. I'm just sitting here because I was reading it and I've been thinking for 5 minutes. I don't know what I'm picking. Would you rather in December of 2020, so in a couple of months, the contemporary theme park view room or the yacht club with Stormalong Bay?
Oh.
I think I have my answer though. I'm going contemporary theme park view room because in December it could be cold. Not that the pools aren't heated, they are. And Stormalong Bay would probably be fine in December. You'll get your swim on. But man, think about it. You could watch the projection of the castle because the contemporary rooms are up. You can see the ugly sweater castle from your room. You can see it in your jam.
Truth.
Because I've never stayed in a contemporary theme park tower room. And I think I think that's like every Disney fan's bucket, like on the bucket list, right? It's on your top 10 of things you might have at some point. I'm going tower theme park view room, contemporary December. Ricky, what about you?
It is tough. I see your point, but I think I'm going yacht club with the pool because the pool is awesome. And you do get most of the time warm days in December. I mean, there have been, we've all been there when there's been that wicked cold snap that's come through and it's just been freezing. But the pool is incredible. So there's that. And then you are close to both Epcot and Hollywood Studios with that. And I think that that's just a winning combination right there. So I am going with the yacht club in this instance. So Pam is going to have to be the tiebreaker.
Oh,
Pam's going with me. I already know this one. Watch.
So here's what I am thinking. It's over the holidays, and I think I'm gonna pick the yacht club because I can walk into Epcot and do all the holiday stuff that's there. Like Epcot is so, I love that. That is the part about the Epcot resort area that I love. Boardwalk, Beach Club, Yacht Club. The fact that I can walk into Epcot and I can walk into Hollywood Studios really brings it up for me. As much as I love the theme park view, and I do, I think the one at the Contemporary is absolutely the best theme park view that you can get. You honestly at times feel like you're sleeping in the Magic Kingdom just because you're that close to it. And the walkway to the Magic Kingdom is awesome. But this year in particular, I love that walk into Yacht and Hollywood Studios. So I'm going with that.
All right. So I love this. And I hope you're playing along with the kids. Maybe you're sitting around the kitchen table, maybe a break from schoolwork or something. Keep playing along with us. Let us, and on social media, let us know today what you picked. All right, Ricky, what do you got for our next Would You Rather?
I feel like this one is just for Pam and I.
Oh gosh, here we go.
That's my life. I'll fit this one out.
All right. So, but Mike, I mean, you may have an opinion. So Pam, I'm going to ask you first because duh. Would you rather get the charcuterie board at Wine Bar George or at Baseline Tap House? Yes, correct. I did say charcuterie. I knew we had to get it in.
Golly, these are both good cheese boards. I think that the one at Wine Bar George is better, but I'm actually going to pick the Baseline Tap House one because here's why. I love that atmosphere.
Yes.
I love being outside. Their playlist is on
amazing.
point. It's on point. We have it here at home. We've replicated it here at home and added some other ones too. We play it all the time. Love it.
I might need you to send me that, by the way.
Okay,
yes.
Right. Spotify. You can find me on Spotify. There's all kinds of stuff there. But I love that atmosphere. The people watching, awesome. I mean, they're walking into Galaxy's Edge or coming out of Galaxy's Edge and they're all excited about it. I love that. And I love that they have beers on tap there so you can get that. So I'm going to go with the one at Baseline.
All right, Mike, your turn.
Oh, I've never been to either one of these places. The thing is, charcuterie is like it's expensive and you don't get much bang for the buck. You know what I'm saying? You give me like a big fat burger over a Backlot Express and I'm a happy guy. But for the atmosphere, I would go Baseline for the reason you said. I'd eat outside. I'd watch everybody kind of come and go from Galaxy's Edge and feel fancy. Feel fancy.
You are wrong.
You are wrong.
In this sense of charcuterie boards being expensive and not a lot of food. Because the one at Baseline is not that expensive.
No.
So
I need 4 of them. I'm just saying, like, I got to keep my grub on. I mean,
that's right. He is running a lot, so he probably needs way more food than what
I know everybody loves, like, they're all excited about small plates. When I hear small plates, I hear expensive and not enough food. I'm just saying.
I don't blame you. I am also, though, going with Baseline Tap House, and it is because it's just completely like what you guys said. It is on point. If you add a pretzel in with it, which is just amazing, their Bavarian pretzel with beer cheese fondue is just beyond. So you add the two of them together. It's so good. Their like salami is fantastic. I love the cheese that they have. The bread that they have is also really, really good. I'm all in on this board. Like, it's amazing.
The little Cornichon pickles.
Yes.
Yum.
Yes, exactly.
All of it.
I'm in on that. I agree with you about the atmosphere. It is absolutely amazing just because you can sit and people watch. I like to sit on the inside and people watch. So, sit and watch out, because they have the great windows that are there. So, because it's hot all the time when I'm there. So I like to do it that way. But I have sat outside and it's also glorious. You sit under a tree and it's wonderful. They do have the multiple beer selections. So that makes Brian a happy camper. I think it's something you wouldn't expect in a theme park. And that is why I love it. It's just, I wish they had something like this in every single park. I think they do. They try with, Nomad Lounge a little bit in Animal Kingdom. I think, but they need a charcuterie board there because they don't have one and I need one. They have other good things, but they need a charcuterie board. But they don't obviously have anything like that at the Magic Kingdom, or really, I don't really think they have anything like that at Epcot. So, which is surprising because you'd think like Epcot would totally be a great place for maybe what's in Italy?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But I mean, Tutto Gusto. But I mean, it's in a cellar. It's not. You're not out. You don't get to sit outside. You don't get to people watch.
They have a good one though at Tutto Gusto. They do. They have some good stuff there.
I haven't tried that one yet, so I do need to try that one. But I mean, it's just not what you think of when you think of charcuterie board. So
And Alan in the live chat gives a shout out to Homecoming because they have one with pimento cheese. Now I'm all about pimento cheese.
They do.
And I just shred that little jar with some rich
and their ham is so good. Plus if I'm not mistaken, they include the little pecans that they serve too, which are really good. Their board is awesome for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
God, I'm starving. Okay, we got to finish the show.
I know.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. I got dinner on the front porch. Let's go.
Go ahead, Pam. What do you got? Would you rather
Okay, so this is a festival one because we're going to come up on this in 2021. Would you rather see Disney expand the dates for the Festival of the Arts or Flower and Garden in 2021? So if in Epcot next year they were going to expand one of those festivals and they'll put out this, it's longer than ever before, or
Just
new
every single
expanded
one.
dates.
I don't think they
It's like
can
Apple. They always have to say it's the thinnest phone ever.
Yes.
Like, that's a Disney thing. It's the longest phone
true.
ever.
But at this point, like with Food and Wine, they literally can't expand it anymore. This
No,
year has to
it's
be
brought back
this
up.
year has to be the longest Food and Wine festival ever. So
And there's no end in sight, people. They have not announced the end date.
no, everybody keeps asking, when's the end date? It hasn't been announced. Don't worry,
Hasn't been
it is.
announced. It's going to go on forever.
It is. Okay, I will go first on this one. And I would rather see an expanded Festival of the Arts and maybe cut in a little bit on the Flower and Garden Festival, because I think the Festival of the Arts is fantastic. What they do with that festival, now granted, maybe not in 2021 because of COVID, but overall, what they do with that festival is just beyond awesome. And it'll be even better once they have that festival center officially open. You know, hopefully they'll still do something with the festival center with the redo of Epcot. Because you know what they've done in the past with those festival centers is just so cool with the Festival of the Arts. So, and that is hands down my favorite festival, with Flower and Garden second. So for me to say that, it's a big deal, to be honest. So I would like to see them expand it just a little bit and maybe cut into Flower and Garden, and I would like to see that moving forward anyway. So because I think Flower and Garden goes on until June anyway right now. So take a little bit of extra time from Flower and Garden and give it to Festival of the Arts. It's a great festival.
I totally agree, because a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to get down to that limited window for Festival of the Arts. So that'd be new to a lot of people. And I think too, coming out of COVID, this would be kind of a great celebration for a lot of disciplines that have been hit hard by COVID, like performing arts, culinary arts. You know, those things have been really, really, you know, trying to reinvent themselves in the world that we're currently living in. And what a great celebration to take it and maybe double up Festival of the Arts, make it twice as long. You know, because I mean, Flower and Garden is awesome. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people love, especially folks that are from the colder climates. You get to go down, you get to see all the flowers, the popping colors, the green, the, you know, the brights of all the flowers and stuff. But Festival of the Arts would be a great way to celebrate. You know what? We've missed this and we're back, you know, for all those
maybe I'm not talking about pushing them back too far. I'm talking about maybe, you know, 2 weeks or so, you know.
I mean, go from like you know, after marathon, I would love to see it then, but it's crazy. But I mean, say you go from like mid-January to push it into like the end of April, all the way.
You would go that far? I would not go that far. No, I would say the end of March. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Pam? What do you think?
So I love the Festival of the Arts. I think it's the one that gets the least amount of buzz, just because it isn't. I don't know why. I really, truly don't, because I think it's spectacular. But the one reason I will give Flower and Garden a little bit of an edge is I love how Epcot looks with all these different floral arrangements. Like when you're looking at the water, they do that like patchwork quilt, the different topiaries that they have up. They're spectacular. There's just a lot of opportunities there for Epcot to look even better than it does now. I love the butterfly thing. Like I know we've been doing that, I don't know, for how many years. Yeah. And each time I love going in that. There's just something about seeing that many butterflies in one area. I think it just is the time of year, one of the times of year where Epcot just looks the absolute best. And I would love to see them just extend that. Extend. It can be all spring as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Good. I love these conversations. Okay. So we got a couple quick ones here. We're going to get these in. Let's see here. This is one from Marlessa real quick. Would you rather never go to another Epcot festival? Speaking of the festivals, never go to any festivals, or never see fireworks at Walt Disney World again? So you got to pick one. You can never go to a festival or never see fireworks.
Wow.
It's kind of like on the negative side.
Wow.
Myself,
Neither. I will say neither. I'd rather neither do neither.
not a pick one though. I would say, oh man, I guess I'm never going to a festival as much as I enjoy them.
I'm never seeing fireworks. Yeah. No fireworks.
I'm not seeing festivals.
Wow.
Yeah. There's something magical about fireworks, but festivals are cool too. All right. How about another one? This one's from Trisha. Would you rather have Ample Hills back or never have ice cream from the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor again? Well, I got to trade. Basically, you got to trade Ample Hills for the Plaza in the Magic Kingdom. Oh my gosh, that's so horrible. Trisha, you're not right.
Oh.
There's something about a Main Street ice cream, that All American Sundae. Oh my God, this is heresy. Using the Plaza for my all, what's it called? The All American Sundae on Main Street. It's a tradition on Marathon Weekend. It's a tradition every trip I go down, but God, the castle at night, an ice cream sundae right there at Main Street. God, I got to have it. I mean, I love Ample Hills, but I can't give up the Plaza. What about you, Pam?
I am giving up Ample Hills. It's not really even that hard for me. Sorry. I thought it was good ice cream. I really did. But I don't know. I wanted a few more flavors or a few less. I don't know. There was something about it. Like there's something so simplistic about the Plaza ice cream, right? You're not going to find like a mousse tracky caramel peanut butter explosion, right? You're not going to find that there.
Yeah, one of five things. You're getting like ice cream or brownie.
Right. Yes.
A whole lot. Yeah, that's true.
Right. It is. So I liked Ample Hills, but I will say like we have ice cream places around here that make really good, unique ice cream like that too, with Lycosturins and stuff. So I just love the simplicity of the Ample Hill or of the Plaza. So I just do.
All right. What about you, Ricky?
I think I'm going Plaza. And that's because I make a darn good gooey butter cake myself. So, I mean, that's really the only thing I would go for is the gooey butter cake. Ice cream. Now, granted, it's not ice cream, but I would add the gooey butter cake in with my gooey butter cake ice cream. So, since I make a really good gooey butter cake, I'll just get vanilla ice cream and put that on top. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
True Sam Wilson. That's what you got.
Yes.
All right. We got two more in the live chat. I want to throw these in before we get out of here. Ella says, down in Arkansas, would you rather get stuck in Toy Story Land in the rain or in the direct sun? Actually, at first glance, you're like, oh, that's kind of an easy. Well,
I have done this multiple times. Actually, I have been stuck there in the rain so many times. Like, not even
nowhere to go, really.
Torrential downpours every time basically I've been in Toy Story Land. So I'm going the sun because there is absolutely nowhere to go in the torrential rain. Not zip, nothing. So sun. I'm going sun. I can bring my own, granted, I can bring my own umbrella for both of those options, but torrential downpour is way worse in Toy Story Land. Trust me, I've done it.
All right, Pam, sun or rain?
I'm going in the rain. I am. There's something about being in the parks and like just abandoning it. Like when we were there this summer, there was one day where Steve and I were just like, you know what? It's pouring. Like we're just going with it. Like there's nothing you can do, right? You just kind of go with it. Like there are people huddled under small umbrellas and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not waiting for this. I'm moving from point A to point B. This is what I'm doing. Like there's nothing I can do about it. And you know what? We had a really great time doing that. So I'm just going with the rain because there are times when it is sunny. It is so brutal. I am just like rethinking my life as I'm standing there, waiting for something. So.
Well, too, you got to remember, I always tell this to my family, and my family doesn't appreciate it that I tell them this. Once you get to a certain point of soaked at Walt Disney World, you're not going to get any wetter. You know what I'm saying? Like you've reached saturation. Like
yes.
You're not going to get any wetter at this point. Your body, your clothes. I know you're wearing 12 pounds of a shirt right now because you got soaked, but it isn't getting wetter. Like ring it as you go and let's roll. Like let's go on. If Slinky Dog's still open, there's no lightning, dude. It's like a big dryer.
No, it's not. I literally got soaked to the bone on Slinky Dog, and there was nothing I could do, and I couldn't do anything for cover because I was sitting out there in the middle. I have never been wetter in my entire life. I was so drenched sitting there waiting on Slinky Dog. It was miserable. So
apparently Suzanne in the live chat says she writes blogs, co-hosts podcasts, and takes awesome photos. Now I find out Ricky bakes specialty cakes. Is there anything this person can't do?
Yes, there's a lot of things. Just ask my husband. He will come up with a list of things that I don't do well.
Okay, last question of the day. Last would you rather? It's from Zeebs in the Patreon Discord. Would you rather ride the monorail or the Skyliner all day? This one is super simple. Skyliner all day. Ricky.
Oh. I think I'm gonna go Skyliner just because the monorail has a smell that's not the best sometimes.
Has the old monorail cologne, I call it.
Yes, exactly.
What about you, Pam?
It smells like a cat has been trapped in there for an extended period of time. I'm just going to say.
Especially if it gets wet. I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes. So I'm going with the Skyliner. I'm in love with the Skyliner. Me and the Skyliner are BFFs. We like to hang out. We like to, even when it's hot, I feel like I can go in the Skyliner and there's a breeze. I love it. It's continually moving. So like you just step right on. I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for Would You Rather. We sure appreciate you being with us today. And we'll do another one of these here down the road. Hopefully you got to play along with us. Let us know on social, pick one of these situations and let us know, the festivals, the fireworks, the low crowds, the fall snacks or the Christmas snacks, whatever you have, let us know. Be Our Guest Podcast, Be Our Guest Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Of course, Be Our Guest Mike as well. I'll retweet those and we'll get some conversation going. Don't forget today's show, as always, here on a Friday and every day is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. So when it comes time for your next Disney adventure to get down there, all the snacks are waiting for you. They're sitting there like, where are you? You need to eat me. There's a Rice Krispie treat that looks like a carrot cake. It's like a wedge.
No, it's pumpkin pie.
It tastes like pumpkin pie? It just tastes like a Rice Krispie, right?
It looks like a piece of pumpkin pie.
That's right. It's like it's an orange wedge. Yeah, I guess it's pumpkin pie. Or carrot cake. Well, it kind of looks like a carrot cake, though, doesn't it? I mean, it just depends. How you use your imagination. Anyway,
imagination.
You're stepping on my ad, Ricky.
Hey, get your ad right.
Back to it. There are snacks to be eaten. There are rides to ride. There are shows to see. Get down there this fall and drop by the Magic for Less. They're going to take great care of you, get you the best deal out there. There are discounts to be had. It's a great time to visit, low crowd, special times, and just drop by the magicforless.com, fill out the quote form while you're there. Mention the show, and you and I are going to be planning a great trip. Check them out today over at the magicforless.com. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And if you want some extra content, become a patron, patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast, and get in on the conversation over on Discord. Go to beourguestpodcast.com. On the right-hand side, click on Join the Discord server, and we'll be chatting. I'm sure we'll be talking about all this Would You Rather stuff over there today. Don't forget, join us this Sunday night and every Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central for the live Be Our Guest Podcast call-in show. It's on YouTube or Facebook, whichever you prefer. Just join us and give us a call. Let's talk Disney and let's have a good time. All right, time to get out of here until we get back together on Monday. For Pam and Ricky, I'm Mike. Wishing you a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay healthy, and M-I-Z. Good. That's fun.
Yeah,
That one was fun.
it was.
I hate some of those choices, but it was fun.
Oh, I know that was so tough. Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm editing this bad boy because your dog barked.
Yeah, sorry about that.
What's your dog's name? Riley. No, Riley, my dog.
Your dog's name is Riley.
Daisy, like the dog.
Actually, well, the reason I said that was because when I was a kid, I had a dog named Daisy.
Yeah, no, Daisy she is mad because they rang the doorbell and I have food, which my ice cream is probably melted now. Oops. Oh, well.
You ordered ice cream and it's sitting there. Go. How do you order ice cream?
I ordered a brownie with ice cream and I'm sure it's melted. But that's okay. I'll just put it
wrong with her? Why would you order ice cream? You're doing podcast.
I don't understand it, but okay.
I just put it in the freezer. It's fine.
All right. Bye, people.